What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Wednesday afternoon in Nashville. I just finished writing a review for the contributor for a movie that's coming up next week, next Thursday on the 21st of September. A movie called Wavelength from 1967 will be showing at Third Man Records as part of their light and sound machine events that they do in conjunction with the Belcourt Theater. So if you're in Nashville, you're going to want to check out Wavelength. My review will come out Monday in the contributor, and it'll be posted probably next Tuesday or maybe Wednesday on the site there. It's a really fascinating movie. Definitely experimental for sure. It's a definitely avant-garde classic. But if you're into that kind of thing, you want to check that movie out. Anyway, I got that done and screwed around for a little bit, but then thought it's time to get back to work. If you guys follow me on Instagram at Mighty Joe Nolan, or if you follow me on Facebook, Joe Nolan Nashville on Facebook, you might have seen some video from yesterday. I've just been rehearsing. It's Americana week here in Nashville. My music isn't very country, which is mostly what Americana is. But I do have some gigs going on this week in the midst of all the celebrating, which is fun. It's fun to be playing gigs when there's a whole bunch of music happening in town. I am going to be doing a show on Saturday night, 6 o'clock at the Bearded Iris in Germantown. That'll be part of the Germantown Art Crawl. It's right next door to the 100 Taylor Building, which is a place that's full of galleries and boutiques and whatnot. So that's a really fun scene. You can come have a beer, hear some great tunes. I'll be playing as part of Tom Schreck's Tom Schreck and Friends event. He books music acts for that event every third Saturday. So that'll be a blast. I'll be there with Jerry Hager on stand-up bass and JP Lilliston. JP's got a brand new amp that he's in love with, so I'm sure he's going to bring that and play his Les Paul or something. So it'll be a little bit of a rough ensemble, not quite totally acoustic, respectful music. It'll be a little noisier than that. And then we'll be playing again on Tuesday next week. That'll be at the East Side Storytelling event at the Post East on Fatherland. Yesterday I was calling it the Perch. I don't know what the Perch is. I think that's something else. But the Post East on Fatherland, which is a coffee shop, coffee house. And that event is part of East Side Storytelling event that Chuck Beard does. So there'll be an author there who will read. I'm not sure exactly the author's name. I just now saw the event on Facebook. But it's a guy who's going to read maybe a poet or a guy reading a short fiction piece or something like that. And then we will do our set, and then myself and the author will sit down with Chuck and do a Q&A. So if you're in Nashville and you want to come to that show, come on down. I think that one starts at like 6 or so as well. You can look up East Side Storytelling on Facebook and you'll find their events. Or again, follow me or friend me at Joe Nolan Nashville on Facebook, and you can keep up with that event. Come hear some songs, and that'll be a bit of a shorter set. It'll be just about 30 minutes total. But then we'll hang out and do this Q&A. So if you want to talk to me about songs, or you want to talk to me about film writing, or you want to talk to me about my Pikes Project photography projects, or my recent exhibitions, whatever I'm doing that you're interested in, you can come down there and ask me questions. And it should be a fun talk. I'm usually, I host an event in Nashville I guess it's every other month or so. It ends up being, I do an art talk series that I founded with Katie Shaw over at the Red Arrow Gallery called, what do we call it? Art on Target, where I'm the moderator of a discussion with the gallery artist and the audience that comes out to find out more about the current exhibition. And that's a lot of fun, but it's also fun to sit down and actually be asked questions instead of having to just run the discussion. I keep on screwing around with these papers down here. I was at a artist residency in Sedona Sedona, Arizona, back in July, and I applied to be a part of this summer residency program at the Verde Valley School in Sedona, and proposed that I was going to go out there and write a new collection of songs. I wrote 5 new songs, and was able to get a grant from the Tennessee Arts Commission to cover the cost of the residency. And part of my bargain with the Tennessee Arts Commission was that I was going to bring these songs back and play them live. So in these next few shows I'm doing, we're incorporating some of these new songs. I screwed around on Instagram, I think yesterday, and couldn't remember how to play this song because I'm really just learning it. You write these things, but you don't really know how they go. And so you just got to hammer it into your skull. So that's what I'm doing now. But anyway, this is a song called Jubilation. Climbing up the mountain is long and hard, foot by foot, yard by yard. The path is narrow, steep and long, but at the peak you speak a brand new song. Revelation, celebration, destination, jubilation. Revelation, celebration, destination, jubilation. Well, if I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood, look out across that promised land to see a brand new world for a brand new man. Revelation, celebration, destination, jubilation. Revelation, celebration, destination, jubilation. Matthew, Mark, Peter, Paul heard the word to heed the call. Close your eyes and you will see you're invited to the Jubilee. Revelation, celebration, destination, jubilation. Revelation, celebration, destination, jubilation. Jubilation. I'm going to close my door, so just give me 1 second here. Hopefully I can move without knocking the camera over. Okay. I can hear my wife on the phone in the other room. And trying to be a good roommate. So that song's good. Good and fun. Let me play one that I haven't rehearsed yet. I'm trying to figure out what the rest of the show will be. The rest of the show will definitely include a spoken word thing, because we've been doing that again lately. And when we do the East Side Story event on Tuesday, it'll be a nice segue if we start off with a little bit of a spoken word piece. Spoken word piece we'll do is a song off my second album. It's called Serenade. And it's actually, I think is it the first song on the album? I think it might, no, it's like the second song or something like that. But it's a jazzy song. It's the first song I ever recorded a saxophone on. If you look on YouTube, you'll find, you can look up Joe Nolan. I think the album it's under is called King Majesty Edition, which was sort of an extended version of the album I put out. We remastered it and added on a bunch of tracks that we hadn't included with the original EP. But Serenade's always been on there, and Serenade is it's set to jazz. It's a bit of a throwback number, sort of beat kind of poetry thing with some sax and some brushes on some snares. You know what I mean? Not the most original approach musically speaking, but I did use a voice. A box that basically would modulate the voice, and we cranked it way down. I was trying to get an effect sort of like Laurie Anderson would get when she would do her spoken word pieces, and her voice would be cranked down really low. And it's kind of a more disturbing effect, I think, when she does it, because she's a woman and she's got she doesn't have a naturally, deep, gruff voice or anything. So when this petite lady is standing there with her spiky hair talking in this deep, baritone tone of voice, it's a very unsettling feeling. And I was trying for something similar. I don't think we actually quite got it, but if you look on YouTube, King Majesty Edition, Joe Nolan, Serenade. Look for that and you'll find that track on there and you can hear it. And we'll be doing a version of that. I haven't been playing sax on it recently, but I need to bust my sax out. I don't have a reliable rehearsal space sitting here playing my guitar and talking to y'all and rehearsing is one thing, but blowing on the sax is a whole other world. And I'm anxious to be able to do that again. But as of right now, I don't really have the space to rehearse it as much as I need to, because I've got to really kind of get my chops back together on the sax. So then I can just sort of, put it aside and just be able to play it on and off. As long as you're sort of working on it, you can sort of get it back in the game. But right now I've got to, I literally probably need to take it in and get some work done on it, because after I moved in over here with my wife, which was, several months ago, actually it was actually a year ago. I haven't been playing the saxophone since then. So I've got to knock the rust off the sax and off of my probably rather crappy embouchure and forgetful fingers at this point, but it all comes back pretty fast. It's sort of like riding a bike, it's sort of the same thing. So this song is called, what is it called? Like I Never Knew You. Okay, I gotta find my A harmonica. We've been switching the keys around on some of these things, and or I've been doing it. We haven't been officially doing that, but I keep screwing around and messing with these keys, and it can be, I got to make sure that I'm playing them in the keys that everybody else is practicing them in, because we're gonna get there on Sunday or Saturday night and not know what the hell we're doing. Where's that's my C harmonica. There we go. I've got a brand new A harmonica and I don't recognize it. I've got different makes and different brands. I'm not really a big gear snob, like if I need a harmonica, I just take a harmonica. As long as it plays decently, I don't really care what it is. I used to have an old, I think it was an old Hwang harmonica, which is, I think they're made in Korea. But they're pretty good harps. And then my mom got me a harmony over last Christmas, I guess it was, because she saw a video of us playing in Nashville, and I was complaining about the fact that my my A harmonica was blown out, but I would use it pretty much only on this song, and I sort of just blasted at the end anyway, and it kind of sounded good. Like, it's sounding bad, it sounded good, if you understand that rock and roll concept of how bad sounds good. This is kind of one of those like fuck you kind of songs, you know what I mean? So that was like my fuck you harmonica. But I have a nice harmonica, so that means I have to put much more fuck you energy into the harmonica. So anyway, so we'll see how much of that I can muster in this pretty purple shirt.
Put a penny on the railroad track. The ones that leave here don't turn back. Fast steel sounds frightening. Hot copper smells like lightning. And I don't think I know the way. No, I won't be coming back today. Lately I can see right through you, and it's like I never knew you. See the snake inside the sandbox, hear the hornets in the hollyhocks. You go to a school of hard knocks. You still ain't ready for the big shocks, and I don't think I know the way. No, I won't be coming back today. Lately I can see right through you, and it's like I never knew you. Hear coyote in the barnyard, see the scarecrow draw a dead man's card. Pray your way into a zone of zen, but you can't go home again. And I don't think I know the way. No, I won't be coming back today. Lately I can see right through you, and it's like I never knew you. Lately I can see right through you, and it's like I never knew you. Lately I can see right through you, and it's like I never knew you. Lately I can see right through you, and it's like I never knew you.
There we go. Like I Never Knew You. Some of you I do know, some of you I don't know. Follow me here on this YouTube channel if you're not doing it already. Also, be sure to connect up on Instagram at Mighty Joe Nolan. Find me on Facebook, Joe Nolan Nashville on Facebook. And if you're in Nashville, either living here or you're here for the Americana Fest, be sure to come out to the Bearded Iris on Saturday night in Germantown. We'll be playing at about 6 o'clock at the Bearded Iris, which is a brewery next to 100 Taylor, which is a building that's full of artists and artisans and boutiques and shops and everything else. So there's a lot to do. It's a fun scene. And then also come out and see me on next Tuesday night at Eastside Storytelling event at the Post East on Fatherland that evening around 6 o'clock, I think. Look on Facebook at Eastside Storytelling and you'll see their event, or just go to my page, Joe Nolan Nashville. I just literally shared it, so it'll be right at the top of my timeline. That's about 20 minutes for us, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on this video. But follow me at those other spots, because I'll be doing more of this later in the week here and there and everywhere, just announcing the shows and sharing a little bit of my rehearsal. I appreciate you watching. Have a good evening, everybody.